be doing your amortization table for your car project. And I'm going to actually put up here at the beginning, I took a screenshot of the requirements. You do not have to have this on yours, but I'm going to use this to refer to it every so often so you'll know it's part of that Word document that I sent you. So you need to get into a blank Word document and you need to type these words in that are up here at the top. You need to type these words up here. You need to put the price in A1, the interest in A2, the word payment, just type it right into the box. And then straightforward, just do the rest there. Make sure you leave a little space in here on row 4. And pause the video while you're doing that and then come on back so you can do this with me. All right, so you should have a price of a car, and if you don't, that's not a problem. We're going to just pretend that it's a $10,000 car. You should have an interest rate, and if you don't, we're going to pretend that it's a 3%, so we're going to do a 0.03. And now we have to calculate the payments. I'm going to come up here and convert this to a dollar sign. I'm going to do that by clicking right here on that dollar sign. All right, we're going to make a payment. We're going to calculate our payment. We're going to do this first for a 1-year loan. 1-year loan. Now, I want you to notice here in the instructions, Part B says you're going to calculate your monthly payments for a 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So I'm not going to do that for you. I'm going to be doing that for just the 1 year, and you're going to do the same process for the 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so the payment, this is how you calculate your payment. You come up here to this FX box right here. Right there, that FX box. And you click on it. And over here on the side, you should get some things showing up right there. So I'm going to type in the letters PMT. And when you come up here, you should have a little payment. Double click on that blue payment. Actually, I'm sorry, single click on that payment. And you'll get a box over here on the side. The box on the side. And we're going to fill in the rate, the number of payments, and our previous value. So let's start with our rate. Our rate, if I click inside there, then I come over here and I'm going to click into the interest that's over here on the side. Right up here. I'm going to click on it so that it types in a B2 for me. And then I'm going to hit the divide key and type in 12 because they calculate that by compounding it monthly. Now we're going to calculate our monthly payments. And this is a 1-year loan. You're going to make a payment once a month for 12 months. If this was a 2-year loan, you'd multiply by 2, or you'd multiply by 3 for 3 years, and 4 for 4 years, and 5 for 5 years. But we're only doing a 1 year. All right, next one we're going to do is this PV box down over here, and that's our previous balance, okay? And so you owe money, so it's negative, and you owe $10,000. So we're going to click on that $10,000 up there, and it'll put the B1 in there. Now we're not going to do the rest of these. We're just going to click done. Per month, I'm going to pay $846. All right, we're going to fill in the rest of this chart, okay? So we're going to come in here and we're going to do our number of payments. Right now, what we're doing is we are doing letter A, calculator amortization table for a 2, 3, 4. This should be done on a spreadsheet. This should be done by you and not found on the internet, okay? And so we're doing 1 year as an example, but you're going to do the 2, 3, and 4 after that. This is what we're doing. We're going to do our monthly. So we already did our monthly payments. We're now doing these number of payments out here. So we're going to type in 1 to 12, but there's a fast way of doing that. We could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 12, but your computer will do that for you. 1, 2, 3, pull down like that. Then you have this little square on the side. You see that little square on the side down there on the bottom? You're going to drag your mouse over the top, and your mouse will turn to a plus, and then drag down, and you should see those little numbers. When those little numbers on the side come to a 12, you stop. If you're doing a 2-year loan, you'll stop at 24. If you're doing a 3-year loan, you'll stop at a 36, and so on. Now we're going to do the previous balance. Your previous balance is how much you currently owe. And when you first start your loan, you owe $10,000. So we're going to type an equal, and we're going to come and click on that $10,000. And it will put the value B1, and we're going to hit enter. It'll just put it in there for us. Now we're going to put our payments. Our payments will always be $846, but this previous balance will change. So we're going to have to make it so that it will stay that always. So we're going to type an equal in there. We're going to click on that $846, but it's going to turn it into B3. We need to tell it that it's always going to stay there. It's going to be an absolute reference. It'll absolutely always be $846.94. So I'm going to use my function key F4 on my computer keyboard, but if you can't find that, you can just type in a $ in front and of the B and in front of the 3 and hit enter. Now we have to calculate our interest, and every month the interest will be different. They only make you pay interest on how much you owe, and right now we owe $10,000. We're going to type in equals. We're going to click on that $10,000. We're going to multiply it by our interest rate. Our interest rate is that 0.03. We're going to click on that B2. But we want it to always be the B2. It's not going to change over time. So we're going to use that function key again, F4. Or you can type the $ in. Then we're going to divide it by 12 because it's compounded monthly. You're going to watch this video every time you do it. So don't worry about having to remember all this. You can just watch this video over and over and over. You're going to hit enter. Now, my principal payment is how much am I really paying on this car? So you wrote a check or you took it out of your bank for $846.94. But $25 of this went for a thank you gift to the bank for saying, thank you for letting me borrow your money. I'm paying you $25. That means that some of that money didn't actually pay off your car. So we're going to hit an equal sign and we're going to subtract. We're going to take $846. We're going to click there so it puts the C6. Then we're going to subtract that $25, which is D6, and hit enter. So this is how much money actually paid off your car. So how much do you still owe in your car? That's what the current balance is. We're going to hit in equals $10,000 minus the $21, and you make sure it's actually equations and not the numbers, and we're going to hit enter. You owe $9,000 and some odd dollars left. So now month 2 comes along. Your current balance becomes your previous balance. We're going to hit enter, and we're going to come click on that $9,178. You could start putting in all those equations again over and over and over, but we don't need to. Excel is beautiful. It'll do it for you. So we're going to highlight these 4 and bring them down. I want you to notice that if you did everything correct, your payment stayed the same, but your interest did not. You owe less interest because you don't owe as much money. Now we're going to highlight these 5. We're going to pull down. Remember, there's that little square on the side. There's this little teeny square down here on this side. We're going to pull that down all the way down to the 12 months. And if we did everything correct, we should come up with $0 at the bottom. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to calculate your total interest. This is part C. Right now we've done we've calculated your amortization schedule, we've calculated your monthly payment. Now we're going to calculate your total interest. We're going to come up here and we're going to type right in here total interest. If if it doesn't quite fit, see mine for a moment when I was doing this before, it was over a little and it didn't quite fit. So I click on that and I come up to see how my arrow, between these C and the D, it should turn into almost like a little plus right there. And when I double click on it, it'll move it to the right size for you. Now we're going to come in here and click on the sum button, which is right over here. It looks like a sideways M. It's actually a sigma. It's a sigma, and it means sum. So we're going to click on that sum, and the word sum pops up, and we're going to highlight all of the interest and then hit enter. You paid $163 to the bank over the course of a year to borrow the money. Make sure you save this. We're going to come back on another video to do these table of values here on part D. Okay?